for staying with us. Let's get into the politics, especially the internal wranglings in the APC, especially the fallout of the Ondo governorship APC primaries. Of course, you know what happened. One of the aspirants there, Senator Jimoh Ibrahim, is not happy. First and foremost, he sounded the alarm and he says he's aggrieved. Take a listen to, or let me remind you of what he said in the National Assembly. He described that process as a mega fraud. Take a listen to him.
What the party consensus says that it exhausts the internal machineries before filing in court. We had an appeal. Appeal was dismissed by the party. We wrote a letter to NWC of the party. That's the last organ of the party. So they still went ahead and give certificate of return after the letter. So now we're in court. You can now be talking about party affairs. We are going beyond that. What we are in is threatening internal democracy. It's not, and in fact, our prayer is that conduct a new primary or delete APC from participating in 2024 November election in Ondo. And of course, in several cases, you are aware of Safara, Taraba, Jigawa. There are cases where Supreme Court have delisted a political party from participating in the May election if you cannot conduct your own primary very well.
All right, let's get some insight on this, of course. We've not been hearing so much from Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who is the beneficiary of that primary, which Mr. Jimoh Ibrahim says is a mega fraud. He's gone to court. There is a court order. Of course, Senator Ibrahim was here last week on this program where he explained what he described as a fraud. A major task before Mr. Ibrahim is to see that the APC is delisted and to prove the fact that that primary did not really hold. Let's speak to one of the chieftains of the APC. I'm being joined by Dr. Akinola Awodeyi Akinshayiwa. He joins us live here in our Abuja studio. Thank you so much indeed, Doc, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Sean.
Your brother there, Senator Jimoh Ibrahim, said that primary was a mega fraud.
Well, that is an infra-dignitary term. And why I said it's an infra-dignitary term is that he is a member of the party, and if you can come out to make such a statement, it belittles his status. There are ways in which you can make representations, and people are expecting so much from him because he's a representative of the party from the state. And I won't crucify him for that too, because some things that are not clear to you, there's a tendency for you to make some blunders. Let me pardon him for that. He's a great guy, brilliant, that I respect him. But I don't know where he got his mega fraud from, because the primary was conducted. I participated in the sense that I voted from my own ward, and we witnessed the collations from my side, from my local government, and even at the final, whereby all the elections were collated. I took it to the collation center. It was counted. I mean, the people were counted and the numbers were recorded because it was a direct primary. And one thing that my brother is missing is this. I think I will advise him. I'm happy he has spent, he said he has a 37 years experience as a lawyer. I gave him that kudos. But he should go back and read the constitution of APC very well. It is very clear. 3 ways in which a candidate can emerge in the party. Number 1, consensus. 2, direct. 3, indirect. What we had, the last one was direct primary. And direct primary, there are 4 stages. Because I listened to him even before the primary. When he was talking about delegates, he has 30 delegates this, he has 30 delegates that. I laughed. I said, this man has goofed. Even during the primary, before the primary, he said, as claimed by him, that he has paid for 100 members. By the time you look at the 100 members, you divide it by 2,500. You are getting about 40,000 votes. That is, if those 40,000 votes are even existing. Why I say they are there? Because at the election day, some of them are not even show up. Some of them are even collect your money just for the purpose of collecting your money. Not everybody that you see following you every day, that they are even your real supporters. Some want to make money from you. So all these things my brother could have taken into consideration before coming to say.
So let me ask you, Dr.
Yes.
You are in one place.
Absolutely.
But he, as a candidate, in that election, he had agents. So he's perhaps more privy to, than you in terms of the information that he will get into those agents that he has paid to do the job. He has said there are a lot of fraud that has happened and different layers. First and foremost, he said he spent about 100 million naira trying to do verification of the delegates who are the natural members of the party across the world in the state. And he says that across the over 300 wards, there are almost over 200 and something that election did not hold at all. But you provided us with some footage, which are amateur footage that are being taken by members of your party to show that really elections held. Perhaps, let me just allow our viewers to listen to some of the natural sound coming from those
This is to certify that either you are lucky, having scored the highest number of votes cast, is hereby declared winner for the ward 4 in the region.
Either you are lucky, scored 106. Olushola Oke 30. Akintene Wawale 28.
These are some of the amateur videos that are being sent in. But does these also affirm in any way that elections held in those areas where Senator Ibrahim is claiming that this election did not hold?
From, even though I don't have his documents of what I said as presented in court, why I was not more worried about that is one, even at Igbotako, where he comes from, the election was postponed because of him. Because when they claimed that there was, there was a disagreement there, people were fighting, the electoral committee, according to what I heard, they have to postpone the election to the second day. And you see, listening to him one time, he said that he didn't see the ballot, he was not at the polling unit. He didn't see the ballot boxes. I said again, my brother should go and look at, read the constitution of APC. Direct primary, you line up at your ward, and you are going to be counted, not through where you are going to thumbprint. You should understand that there's a difference between direct and indirect. Indirect, you are to thumbprint, they will count, they will look about this one, you stand, you have a line.
Dr. I asked you about the list of the verified list of the party, which he claimed that the party could not present.
Maybe to him, at where I voted, the list of, my number was number 62 at the voting list. So I don't know where I cannot still get his own. My number was 62 on that list.
Did the party change? Did you see the notice of the party changing the location of the collation? Did you see the letter?
I'm not aware of that.
Oh, you didn't see that communication?
I don't see that communication.
By the committee of led by Governor Ododo, transmitting to INEC that they will change the location of the collation center, which is in contravention of the guideline for the election.
I don't see that letter. What I don't see, what I don't know, I won't come and claim that I know about it. But what I know was that at the stakeholders meeting, there are some discussions. And this is not the first time. At every stakeholders meeting, let me cite 2020, where I participated. At the college, at the stakeholders meeting was when Yaya Bello changed indirect, changed direct primary to direct primary. Heaven did not fall. We still went for it. I asked Yaya Bello that very day. I said, my friend, why are you changing this game at the middle of the game? Because this is 2 a.m. and we're supposed to have election by 7 a.m. in the morning.
Ododo, you meant?
No, I'm talking of 2020.
And 2020.
Yes. Okay. Now, I asked him, I said, my brother, why are you changing at this middle of the night? That's 2 a.m. at the stakeholders meeting. But because we are party men, Akeredolu may so continue to rest in perfect peace. He came to us and apologized after having been declared as the winner. But because we believe in our party, we don't need to win, we don't need to sing the party because we didn't win the election. We all worked for him, and he won the general elections.
But did you see some of the announcement there in an office? And those who are asking, how can announcement of ward announcement result be happening in an office?
See, probably that very day, it was raining, even at all. It rained at all. So some of us, we have to enter the classroom. You understand me now? And the police guard, they were all there. It's like it's raining over.
Okay, if you are defending but I'm asking you about this.
Yes.
How do you defend the materials for the conduct of the exercise?
What are the materials?
That are not made transparent for all of the aspirants.
My brother, even at all, I will continue to use it because that is where I voted. At all, they show when the electoral officers came, they brought out the papers and they said, where are the agents of all some of these aspirants? At least at all, I can talk about agent of the local that you are General Oyeye, Wale Akitenwa, and about few of it's only Jimoh Ibrahim that his agents were not even there. I mean, so if you claim that he has agents all over, I doubt it.
Part of what Senator Jimoh Ibrahim is claiming, he's claiming that there was no election in 203 words. He says that the report is based on INEC report of the monitoring exercise. He said, the collation center was under lock and key and it was changed. He said there are no election in over 70% of the wards in Ondo State, 149 out of 203. He also claimed that there was no Congress election which is supposed to determine the delegates. And according to him, he also said he could not vote in his own election. No single ballot paper was printed. He said Governor Usman Ododo wrote the INEC on the 28th of April to request for change of collation center. He said the new collation center was not communicated to aspirants, neither did INEC confirm the new venue of the location center. These are the list of infractions as presented or as espoused by Senator Jimoh Ibrahim. I
insist that there is no document, what he's asking for, the materials, election materials he's asking for. I will continue to refer him to the APC constitution on direct primary. There is no document for you to print anything.
So under the law, Senator Jimoh Ibrahim is wrong. By thinking that there need to be election materials.
But he has already gone to court.
But what about resource sheets?
The result sheet came.
Are they not part of election materials?
Well, that should be the part of it. If it is what I'm talking about, the election material that is emphasizing on, because I listened to his comment that you have to print. I'm still telling him that there's not like printing in direct primary.
Your party opted for an option A4. Yes. Option A4, is being used at some point in this country, yes. I think in the Third Republic,
yes.
Where you will have people queue up at the back of the agents of the aspirant they wish to vote for, and they will be counted one after the other. But at the end of the day, the result will have to be entered into a resource sheet at that particular ward or particular location. Did that happen?
That was what happened. This one I can tell you 100%. Because they pasted the posters of each of the candidates on the walls so that you can even know them.
Are you aware that in almost 103 locations specified by the party, election did not take place?
That is another lie. And let me quickly tell you something. Even after the collation, after the counting, before the final ratification, they went to the electoral college. That is where the ratification came up. And each of those ratifications, 5 per delegates from each ward of 203 wards, they came to ratify the result before they pronounce Honorable Loki Aiyedatiwa as the winner of the election. Right. It was done. It was on TV, so everywhere.
Let's take a breather.
Yes, sir.
But when we come back, we'll get more insight. The danger of this is that if the prayers of Senator Jimoh Ibrahim is answered by the court, it means one thing: that the disaster the APC experienced in Bayelsa State, in Zamfara State, in Rivers State in the past might befall that party once again. He's saying, release the APC from participating in the November election. Well, will that happen or not? We'll find out after this break, everyone. Join us again. Let's get back to the conversation, of course. For some of you who did not listen or who was not aware of the interview with Senator Jimoh Ibrahim, let me remind you of some of the things he said right here in that same chair that Dr. Ondo APC was sitting, or is sitting. Take a listen to a portion of the interview I had with Senator Jimoh Ibrahim.
You know what the party consensus says, that it exhausts the internal machineries before filing in court. We had an appeal. In Ondo East, the collation center was under lock and key, right? In Okitupa, election in 3 wards out of 13 wards. Now in Odigbo, the collation center was under lock and key. These are not my words, right? These are words lifted from the report. If you give me 1 second. Now, we did a table. We put 1 to 203. We now say name of local government and the ward under the local government. Ward INEC says. In 149 of those wards, INEC used the word no election. Ward by
out of the 203.
Out of 203. That is over 70% of the wards in Ondo State. 149 out of 203. It's significantly massive fraud.
But
so,
you heard him there. That's Senator Jimoh Ibrahim there, right here on this program a few days ago. Dr. Akinshayewa,
yes,
how do you react to what he said?
Well, like I wanted to tell him, I think it's mixing things. Atokipa that is talking about. The 2 returning officers, they sign all the documents, because each of those wards, they have returning officers that will sign all the documents. If his own people were not there to verify or to see what they are doing, it should be his own problem. Even at his own, ask him, the question people refuse to ask him is that, or probably forget to ask him is that, even when the election was postponed in his own local government, in his own place at Yobutako, what stopped him the second to go and vote? He said he was looking for a polling unit. It shows that he doesn't even know what he's talking about. That's why I said it's mixing direct and indirect. It's an indirect that we're looking for a polling unit. Direct primary, you go to where you're supposed to line up and line up like others. And before that one can be done, there's going to be verification. Even at that voting center, you show your membership card for a revalidation at that center before you can be counted.
Why?
So where was he?
Why, as Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa are not able to respond to some of these issues? He is the beneficiary of that election, the primary. That Senator Ibrahim said was a mega fraud.
Well, you see, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, I'm not going to go vote for him. But one thing I know about this guy, or this man, is that, one, he's not somebody that talks too much. And he believes that the necessary had been done. And he has tried as much as possible to go and visit even Jimoh to beg him to appeal to him. Don't let us continue to fight on this matter. You are my brother. Let us sit down and discuss. At least out of 14 or 16 of them that contested, almost about 14 of them, they're already with Lucky Aiyedatiwa. I can tell you that one for free.
What about Olushaloke?
Olushaloke is his senior brother. He has no place to go. He's his senior brother. He must welcome his junior brother. They are from the same family, same lineage. They are both prince in Atugbo.
But from what I'm hearing,
yeah,
Olushaloke is still very much aggrieved.
He has to be aggrieved. Everybody will be aggrieved. I was aggrieved in 2020. I was aggrieved in 2026. I never died. That's the decision of the party.
But are you claiming that Jimoh Ibrahim has refused to see Lucky Aiyedatiwa?
Well, I talked, probably I was told that he saw him briefly one time, maybe in one of the meetings, and later he refused to see him again. You understand me now? See, this is a party matter. Why do you want to, you're already a sitting senator. Must you sing the party? No. What of the people, you came to the party not up to 9 months. You got the Senate ticket through the late governor, and was your own election free and fair? No.
What happened to his election?
If you ask himself, it was manipulated for him. So what he's talking about? Let him come out and tell me the because he said he's PhD holder in war. You should know that there's a PhD holder in strategy planning and defense. Here we are. So if you say if you are talking about 2020, you are talking about this one is fraud, that one is fraud. What happened to you when you are in PDP? Fraud. When you are ANPP, fraud. Everywhere, fraud. Are you the only person that is a saint? We should check ourselves. So I respect him. I love him. I mean, it's somebody that he has fought, he has labored to the point of honor. I gave it to him. But when you get to a stage in life, there are things you just remove your hand.
But are you worried about the danger of pursuing a legal war in this sense? You know what Jimoh Ibrahim could be up to. You know what happened to in the 2020 that you are talking about. Yeah, if you ask the eventual candidate of the PDP at that time, he will tell you the implication of a legal battle towards election. Are you worried about the danger of that?
I could have been worried, because if he has understand the technicalities of this election, but because he believed that he is the only person that has the monopoly of wisdom. Law is not static. Law is broad. Law is dynamic. You might say that use one system in 2016 or 2020 to deal with your opponent. It might not be able to work in 20.
So you on the side of Lucky are ready for battle against Jimoh?
Well, no, he's a member of our party. The only thing I can appeal to him is that he should see this thing as a football. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dr. Akinola Awodeyi Akinshenwa, a chieftain of the APC in Ondo, said, thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
I appreciate it.
And I wish you and your party the very best.
Thank you very much.
All right.